So a question I get asked all the time is the age-old question: Facebook lead forms versus using landing page for your Facebook ads. It's a battle that's been going on since the beginning of time. Everyone is confused about which one to use and when. When to use Facebook lead forms, when to use landing pages, and the pros and cons of each. Well, essentially, Facebook lead forms are the forms that are native within Facebook. So you create an ad, you can create a campaign and use the Facebook lead form as the end result for the person that's clicking the ad. They basically work within it, you set them up, you type in what you want to have in the form, and then you're off and running with your ad. That's one way to do a lead generation outcome. Another way to do it is landing pages. A landing page is essentially a page that you take people from ads to, so they click on your ad, they go to a landing page. The landing page is essentially a page that is specifically designed to convert online paid traffic. One of the key advantages of a landing page, say over a lead form, is that you control its destiny. You control what it looks like, you control what's on there, you control what it says. And the negative of that is that if you don't do that right, it won't convert. Now let's talk about those two specifically and when you would use each of them and what they do well and what they don't do well. So one of the beautiful things about a Facebook lead form is that you will get a lot of leads with a Facebook lead form. They are one of the most effective ways to generate leads on Facebook. You notice that I didn't say quality leads, because that is the biggest problem with Facebook lead forms. What makes Facebook leads so successful in converting someone that's going to an ad to a lead is also its double-edged sword and its downfall. Because it is so easy for someone to sign up, a lot of people act on impulse. They see an ad and they see the form and they go, yeah, I'll fill that in. And it's basically an impulsive move. So I always used to like to use the example of gyms, because everyone seems to be in the gym niche. I'm not, but everyone else seems to be in the gym niche. So let's say you're running an ad to get into shape for summer and you have like 10% off if you fill in this lead form. If someone's sitting on their couch eating ice cream and in front of a computer and they see an ad for that and they want a little bit of a dopamine hit, they may fill out that form so that they get in their mind, they've gone, well, I've done something towards getting fit, all while eating their ice cream and only getting larger. So that is the negative thing about Facebook lead forms, is that the quality of the leads that you get are significantly worse than, say, a landing page. And you will find this once you get into the campaign and you actually start talking to your client and they are expecting to see results. You'll set up your lead form, everything will go to it. Everyone will be happy because you're seeing in your metrics that you're getting lots of leads. And then the first month in, the client complains because the lead quality is so terrible. Or people aren't showing up to their appointments. So they'll go all the way and book an appointment and then they just won't show up. That is because the lead quality is notoriously bad from lead forms. So you're probably thinking, why would anyone use a lead form? Well, if you have a business that's high volume, lead forms are great. Facebook lead forms are great because you can get high volume, and if you have ways of sifting through people and you build in the churn and you build in the no-shows and you build in the low quality, you can get a way higher volume of lead flow than you can from a landing page. Because there's an inherent problem with landing pages, which I'll cover in a sec, that make them not so good for high volumes of leads. But they work incredibly well for that. So if you have a business that needs high volumes, or you sell a product or you sell a service which is impulsive, but you move on it quickly, then Facebook lead forms are great for that. So a good example of that is actually gyms. Gyms need high lead flows, they need high lead volumes, and because of that, Facebook lead forms work well. You just need to work on your back-end processes. You need to make your client understand that, yes, we're going to get a lot of leads, but there is going to be a lot of low quality. There's going to be a lot of people that don't potentially convert. If you're aware of that, got ways to sift through that and work through that, you're going to get the lead volume which you need. So if a business really requires high volumes of leads, Facebook lead forms are the way to do that on Facebook. Let's move on to landing pages, because they do have a lot of positives, but they also have a few negatives. So explained what a Facebook landing page was. It's somewhere where you take someone from an ad to an external page on another site. One of the key advantages of a landing page that comes from an ad is that you completely control the narrative, the way it looks, and how it converts. So that's a double-edged sword for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people out there that just don't know how to build landing pages that convert. But if you do, the lead quality is significantly better than a Facebook lead form, and it's leaps and bounds better. Because if you think about it, if we go back to the psychology, the person sitting on the couch eating their ice cream, if they go to a Facebook lead form and they're impulsive and they just fill it out, it's only really one action. They basically have to click the lead form, fill it out, and it's done. If they go to a landing page, they have to click a button, they have to go to the landing page, they have to read, then they have to click another button, and then they have to fill in a form or call or do whatever your sort of says to do. So that's way more action. So that impulsive, quick dopamine hit just doesn't happen. So if a person lands on a landing page and then they actually convert, they've been through several steps. And that means that they're inherently better qualified because they've made a conscious decision that's out of impulse to do that. They may still not show up. It may still be low quality, but there's less chance of it happening. Quite frankly, they've had to put the spoon down and actually read something and fill it out and then pick up the ice cream and eat it. So that's one thing it does amazingly well. The flip side of that is you'll get significantly less volume of leads from your ads. Inherently, it's a double-edged sword. Everything is a double-edged sword in service delivery. So you get high quality, low volume. So you've got to think about it. If it takes more actions to get someone to turn into a lead and to inquire, then you're inherently going to get less conversions. That's why we always preach in service delivery, less actions is more. Making it easy and as frictionless as possible for the person that you're trying to get with your ad to convert. You get higher quality, lower volume with landing pages, and with Facebook lead forms, you get lower quality, higher volume. So you need to apply that to the businesses you work with. So let's say, for instance, you're working with a kitchen remodeler and they need a higher quality of client and they don't need as many because they're higher ticket. Well, a landing page is perfect for that because the person that's going to get to the landing page and fill it out and actually take the time to do it is probably read it and is probably very interested in your client service offering. Whereas if you work with someone that just needs high volume, they've got a low ticket service offering, maybe they're doing med spa or they're doing massages or something like that, and they can put up with the quality of lead being so poor, they will get lead volume and they will get good leads out of that. It's just for every good lead, there might be 8 poor ones, or there might be people that don't show up. We have several clients that we've helped, several SMMAs that we've helped, and they've said that to me. They go, Jimmy, these people, we call them up, they're happy to do it, they sign up for a date, and then they just don't show up. And it doesn't matter how much following up we do with them, how much we remind them, they just don't show up. It's because inherently they've come from a source that's not as good a quality. That's the only thing it can be. There's also something else to consider with Facebook lead forms versus landing pages, and that is that Facebook lead forms, they're very easy to set up. So if you're new to the industry and space, then they are a lot easier to set up and get started quickly than, say, a landing page. I can't stress this enough. When I talk to people and they say they have high cost per 1,000 impressions, they're not getting the results, and they're using a landing page, a lot of times it's because their landing page isn't very good. And I mean, not from maybe a cosmetic perspective, but just from a conversion perspective and understanding how people move through a funnel. So as a beginner, if you're a beginner in the SMMA space and you're just getting started and this is your first couple of clients, then a landing page may be like too big a bite to take off, because you do need to get leads. To get these clients and excited and continue to be excited, you do need to get them leads. If you start with a leading form and then don't get them leads, you may burn a relationship. So, your best bet is to do both a Facebook lead form and a landing page as separate ad sets. That's not always practical given the budgets. They will take more time and resources to set up a landing page than compared to a Facebook lead form. You're probably wondering, Jimmy, you've confused me. Which one do I actually use? And firstly, it really depends on the goal and how you communicate with your client. If you have a good working relationship with your client and then they are in a high volume, low ticket service like med spas or gyms where they need 100 leads a month and they know that they're only going to convert 20 of them, that is a perfect person for a Facebook lead form. If you're working with a high ticket service business that is low volume but high ticket, like a kitchen remodeler or someone that does roofs, something like that, and you go to them, we're going to give you a heap of poor leads and we're only going to give you one good one, they'll probably get annoyed. So you're better off doing a landing page, getting them less leads and making them conscious of that. It's like, we're going to get less lead volume, but they're going to be higher quality. And you'll find that most businesses that run high ticket services like roofing and remodeling, where they're charging $10,000, $20,000, would actually prefer that. It's a big myth in the social media marketing space that all businesses want huge volumes of leads. If you talk to any business, they'd rather get less leads and high quality leads than just a heap of leads. And this has just come from my experience in the space. So just remember, there's a skill gap between building landing pages and Facebook lead forms, and that will affect your decision making when it comes to which one to use for your client. Because if you can't build a landing page and you don't have the budget and stuff to hire someone that can build them really well, then I wouldn't start with that. I would potentially change niches, so I was working higher volume, lower quality, and higher and lower ticket. Your middle ground is to do both and to have Facebook lead forms and landing pages, and then just allocate less of your budget to your Facebook lead form and have more of your budget going to your landing page. So you have the best of both worlds. So you're capturing leads from all directions, and then just maybe have those Facebook lead form potential clients, those leads, be buffered from your clients so they don't have to deal with all the shandy. Maybe you build that into your process where if we do Facebook lead forms, I'm going to screen them first. I'm going to charge my client more and screen them first so they just get the quality. So you can go back to your client and go, Mr. Client, we use Facebook lead forms because they work really well. We're going to get heaps of volume. But what we do that is different is we screen these clients before they even get in touch with us, in touch with you, so that you're only seeing the quality. We're out there picking out all the garbage that you don't want to deal with. How does that sound? Give us extra money, client. So that's it. That's all you need to know about them. But I understand that there will probably be more questions than I've been able to answer here. So if you have more questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, or I'll do a follow-up video after this. So if I get enough questions, I'll do a specific Q&A on Facebook lead forms versus landing pages. Also, let me know if you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe as well. And if you see it, make sure to go in the description and sign up for my newsletter. I just give weekly tips and tricks on how to improve your service delivery, because as you guys know, if you probably watched the end of this, there's a severe lack of good quality content on service delivery, and I'm here to change that. And I'm here to make sure that you keep your clients and you have them forever, because that is the single best way to build an agency, is to have clients that stay with you forever. It's a lot cheaper than reactivating and trying to get new clients all the time. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Jimmy from My Online Guy. I'll catch you all next week.